Welcome to the John Ligato Show. I'm John Ligato.
The 1960s, a time of rapid transformation for America and its people. From the Cuban Missile Crisis and assassination of JFK to the fight for civil rights, the 60s turbulent time touched everyone, and nothing affected Americans more than Vietnam. This is the story of a Slippery Rock University alum who found himself halfway across the world and in the fiercest battle of the Vietnam War.
My name's John Ligato. I'm from South Philadelphia, and I attended Slippery Rock. I got the first person in my large Italian family to get accepted to college in 1965. And I was the first person in my large Italian family to get kicked out of college in the beginning of 1967. Went to join the Navy, and they had a year waiting list. Went to join the Air Force, they had a 1.5 year waiting list. So I had a few drinks, and I ended up joining the Marine Corps, but only because the recruiter promised that if I signed that day, he would get me embassy duty in Rome, and I wouldn't have to go to Vietnam, and I wouldn't have to be in infantry. I signed. 3 months later, I was a basic rifleman in Quang Tri, Vietnam.
In 1966, America moves from an advisory and special operations role to all-out war with the North Vietnamese. When John arrives in Vietnam, he is one of more than 500,000 U.S. troops in country.
And they said, get on this truck, and we drove north. I got no idea where I'm going. I don't even remember, who I was with. I don't remember you're going to Alpha Company. I said, I'm Ligato, and this guy, oh, you're in Corporal Rubio's squad. And I said, hey, I used the head. And he said, dig a hole, So I'm crapping, and then all of a sudden, incoming, rockets and mortars. I'm brand new. I didn't know what to do. So I remember crouching down and pulling my helmet and trying to get as small as I could. And all of a sudden, I felt somebody, and it was Corporal Rubio. He came out, he grabbed me, and we jumped in a hole.
By January of '68, John is a battle-tested Marine, surviving numerous firefights and an unfathomable amount of shelling by the enemy. The U.S. promises to cease fighting in light of the Tet holiday. However, instead of a period of celebration, the NVA launched their largest assault throughout Vietnam.
On 31 January, we got there at 30. In the middle of the night, we got rocketed, and we went back into our tents, and then about 2 hours later, our company commander, Gordon Batchelor, said, saddle up and get on the trucks. We left the compound, and we got about a few miles north on Highway 1, the main highway in Vietnam, and we got hit on the west flank by a battalion of NVA. By the time we got into way, half the company was dead or wounded. And that's one of the things I remember is that people say, what are you thinking of? And all that stuff was going on. All I remember is, oh shit. And I mean, I fired my gun, but I got wounded, went to the Philippines. I wanted to go back to Slippery Rock. I just love Slippery Rock. I loved everything about it. And so I wrote a letter to the president of the college from my hospital bed in the Philippines, asking that I come back, and he allowed me to come back. He sent a letter to my house in Philadelphia that you'll be readmitted for the summer term of 1969. So I went back up there. I had nowhere to live. I was registered for classes, but I didn't have housing, so I pitched a tent in Rock Falls. I had bought a tent that allowed me to stand up, and it had a floor, and I had a mattress, and I had a lantern, and I had cooking. After Vietnam, this was like the Hilton. The rumors got out that there was this disturbed Vietnam vet living in Rock Falls. And I never knew that was me because I heard the rumors. And I'm thinking, I wonder who that is. And it was me, you know. And I was in class, and I didn't mention I was a Vietnam vet because Vietnam was the only war where we went over alone and came back alone. Vietnam was a replacement war. When one person went over, another person came back. So we didn't know who we're with. We became brothers with them quickly. So when I got back, I had no connection with any of the guys I served with. The John Ligato Show is being broadcast from outside the gates of Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune in beautiful North Carolina. If you like what you saw today, hit subscribe and like. Semper Fidelis.